What's good, my loves? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving y'all an update on my tummy tuck surgery as well as my fat transfer breast augmentation. I did have them both about 4.5 months ago. It's actually 5 months post-op. Alright, so I don't really want to show my breasts, but I'm gonna give y'all a quick little glance. They look pretty normal. As the time has gone on, they have basically gone back to looking exactly what they looked like before, but they do look a bit more perkier, which is exactly what the doctor had told me was going to happen. It was going to be a big difference, but for the price, it was about $3,000, I believe, just added on to the tummy tuck surgery. I believe it was worth it. I really liked how they look more now than before, even though it is a smaller difference than, say, implants. I didn't want anything too crazy. I wanted them just to look natural, and that's exactly what it is. I can probably sneak peek of the scars. Right there, you can barely see them, just 2 small scars. I have lost some weight. I was around 150 when I had the surgery, and now I am at 135, so I've lost about 15 pounds, so I'm probably gonna look quite different, but I do have clips of what I used to look like before. So again, this is after surgery as well as being down 15 pounds, so alright, so this is what we're looking like. Okay, and then last but not least, I really want to show you the scars. I did have a situation with the scars where basically I was having my body rejecting the stitches and had a bunch of openings where the stitches were coming out. And apparently that happens to some people. My brother had surgery on his leg and the same thing happened to him, so it could just be, I guess, genetics or something. I'm really not sure, but the doctor said, you know, was asking me like if I was smoking, if I was, you know, doing what I was supposed to do, and I was, although I was kind of eating not the best, but I doubt that would have made my body reject all the stitches. And because of that, I was left with pretty bad scarring in certain areas compared to others, and I also got stretch marks in my belly button. Like 2.5 months post-op, that's when they formed. I literally remember laying down like with my feet like elevated, and I stretched upwards, and then I felt it really tight for a second. I was like, oh, whoa. I checked and there were stretch marks, and I was like, what the... So yeah, let me show you. So here's my belly button. You can see the stretch marks right here on the bottom, these white lines coming down. And then on the inside, it does kind of look brown. Sorry, I'm trying to show you guys the best that I can. And then for the scars around here, I still have some old stretch marks from before, so they're not all gone. And honestly, the worst scar I think is this belly button piercing that the doctor, I guess, left on here. It looks so weird, it's so random, and I don't like seeing that every time I take my clothes off. But then the scars, as you can see here, is mainly where it was really bad. I think it reopened like twice in this area, really big. There's a lot of stitches coming out of here. And there's this side as well. This one was kind of bad, but the rest of it, as you can see, doesn't look too bad. The rest of the scar, sorry. The rest of the scar doesn't look too bad. This is the drainage holes. Also, they look pretty bad as well. Not that bad, but you know, could have been better. As you can see here, it kind of healed up really nice because it didn't have really stitches coming out of here, but it was mainly all here where it was left pretty bad. And again, the drainage hole, you can kind of see the little dent right there. Alrighty, my loves, so let's kind of get into a little bit more detail with the kinds of things that I experienced, which wasn't too much more information compared to my last videos if y'all did see my update around 2 months. But let's talk about bloating. I have not been bloating nearly as bad as I used to. I used to bloat so bad. That first month, that first week was atrocious bloating. But around 2.5 months to 3 months, the bloating kind of slowed down a bit, and while there still is bloating to this day, it is not as noticeable as back then, especially when it comes to with what you're eating. I feel like what bloated me more than anything was definitely salt and just drinking water, regular water. I just would drink 1 cup and I would feel so big. I felt like I grew another pant size. Like, it got really bad. Not even sweets bloated me that much. Salt as well. Anytime I ate salty foods throughout the day, my stomach would grow so big. So that's something to keep in mind. Do continue to drink your water. Just try to avoid all salt because that'll help with that bloating. But it is normal apparently, you know, so don't try to knock it too much. Just drink your water. Don't stress. Try not to drink sodas because there's no hydration there. So the other thing that recently I've kind of been seeing is that most of my old clothes don't fit me, but thankfully I've been sewing, so I've been trying to fit everything properly to myself again. So that's been interesting. Most of my clothes just don't fit me anymore, and again, that could just be from weight loss as well, but in general, it's been something to get used to. Clothes that I used to not like the way they fit nice now. It's just, you get a whole new body, really. That's really what it is. Another thing I forgot to mention was the numbness in my stomach. I feel it a lot more now because I used to not feel anything at all. Let me try and show you guys. Hold on. Okay. So all this right here was completely numb. Basically my entire abdomen, everywhere the abs were supposed to be, it was all numb all the way up to here. And as they have been rebuilding, I feel prickles. I feel like little itchy areas sometimes. There is one spot all the way in the bottom of the abdomen, probably like right here, that I feel sometimes a burning sensation when I use my muscles, like when I work out. Mainly only when I use them like a lot, like say when I try to get on the pole, it burns. I'm not sure why, and that's kind of something I've been dealing with only for the past month or so. So I don't know what's going on there. I might have to check up with the doctor on that in the next appointment. One other thing I wanted to mention was the fact that now it's harder to sleep on my chest. I used to like sleep straight up on my stomach, on my chest, and feel totally comfortable, and now it hurts. It just feels way more sensitive. It feels very uncomfortable. I don't think I'm able to do that anymore. So what I kind of do is tuck a pillow right here and just kind of sleep on the side so that all the pressure is on my stomach and there's not really any pressure on my chest, which is the most comfortable way of sleeping, because when I wake up, all the pressure that's been on my belly, I just wake up with a flat tummy, which I think is kind of like a similar thing to having a faja on, but it's way more comfortable to sleep like that. I don't know, especially with the fact that I can't really feel my abdomen, so I don't really feel any pressure. It just feels comfortable to me. So I would suggest that if you are like over 3 months post-op, just try sleeping with a pillow right under your stomach. It will feel really, really good, especially when you wake up. Trust me, that flat tummy is... I also wanted to mention that I can literally feel this more because it feels like little prickles over, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like if a little tiny bug with really sharp little like feet are stepping. It feels really, really weird. More than I can feel this. I can't feel this that much, but this I can. It's really weird, and I know that's just the nerves rebuilding, so it's not a worry, but hopefully within the next month or 2, like, I will be able to feel my whole stomach again. I'm not gonna lie, that healing process itself has been really slow, so I would not be surprised if it took like 3 to 4 more months till I can feel my entire stomach again. There's not much else for me to say though, guys. I mean, if you guys have any questions, please leave them down below for me so I can answer them in a later video, because I don't really know what else to update on. That is the update. That's what I'm looking like, and I obviously had those clips of when I was a bit heavier and before surgery. So with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.